Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast, where we discuss and analyze your favorite marble sports. From JMR Marble League to Algodu tournaments, we'll make sure you never miss the action. All marble sports, all the time, right here on the MSW Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Commander Wolf.
Indeed. Welcome, everybody, to the podcast, guys. This is the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast. That's right, the one and only podcast that dedicates all of the voice time to marble sports. We are on episode 38. Can you believe it? Episode 38. We are almost at 50. Which is a big deal. And what is today's date? March 2nd. We are actually very close to the year anniversary of episode 1. This is going to be insane.
That's right.
Episode 1.
It was March 20th, right?
I think March 20th or 29th. I can't remember.
We can, I guess someone can check that through like the
we can, I can, I guess somebody can.
somebody can do it.
Anyways, guys, some cool stuff going on this week. A lot of impending marble sports like MSWAL finally coming with another episode this Friday. Marble Champions from Fubica will come later this spring. I'm so excited for that. And Marbula 1 continues to impress as well. A couple random things. Me and Waff were playing a game of chess, and it was so good, even though I lost. Apparently the game was so good that Mr. Waff decided to boost the Discord server. So now the Discord server has a boost, which I don't even know what that means. I just think that you get to have a couple extra cool emojis. I don't know what that means, man.
Unfortunately, like I didn't even know this either. But apparently, you have to be it's leveling and boosting. Like is not the same thing. Like one boost does not equal one level, and I didn't even know that beforehand. Like you have which is ridiculous.
I'm confused on this, but we can figure it out. Oh, also, a terrible thing happened, guys. We're gonna have to do a moment of silence for this. But about a week ago, I misplaced my Marble Olympics 2019 jacket. That's right.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. So what happened to it?
Before we go into that, we're going to have a moment of silence for the jacket.
All right, and that was our moment of silence. Then we play taps. Ba ba da. Ba ba da.
Now, indeed, the silence is over. But yeah, that was an unfortunate event. That jacket was awesome. It actually was comfortable, and it was one of a kind because Marble Olympics is not Marble Olympics anymore. It's Marble League. I feel like, I mean, if there's been any podcast that's mentioned that as this many times, it's this one. This one is, we have mentioned that multiple times. So, but yeah, that's unfortunate, and it was not even my fault. I guess it kind of was, but I had like tennis practice, right? Because tennis. So I put my bag down inside and put my coat on top of it, my Marble Olympics 2019 jacket, and it was right there. Then I came back in, and it wasn't even there. It was just gone, and it was inside. So I think somebody stole it. But then I questioned, why would somebody steal a Marble Olympics 2019 jacket when there's actually not many people at my school that are really into the marble sports thing? So that was very confusing for me, as well as upsetting. But unfortunately, I don't have that jacket anymore. I tried to ask Mel if he had any extras, but he did not have any extras.
That sucks.
Yeah, so that's what I have to say today, guys. Just advice, okay, please just try not to misplace your stuff, all right? Just, try to just stay focused, keep track of your items, because you know what? You don't want to lose them because then it's, it's not fun. Because sometimes you lose, sometimes when you lose your items, you can't get another one because sometimes the items are custom. So when you're in life and you have items that are yours, you want to keep track of them and not lose them so that you can keep them.
Yes, that is generally the thing you want to do if you do not wish to lose something.
So, with that being said, let's go to the news with Johnny Marble.
Well,
Bye.
Well, I'm not gonna do my intro. I'm not gonna talk about my life. Like this isn't this what the intro's for?
Oh, that was such a fun transition. But you know what? We'll give Waff his time. Waff, how has your life been, man?
It's been interesting.
Hey,
Well,
man,
first off,
tell me about your life, man, because I care about it, man.
Okay, well, first off, this intro is going long, so I'll keep it brief. First of all, I confirmed March 20th is the day that the episode was uploaded. 2, my day has been very interesting. I took my car to get serviced, and then my bowling alley did not get. I don't own a bowling alley. So first off, second off, it did not get burned down. Okay, now back to what I was saying. My car was getting serviced, and I was desperately the place. And then suddenly I had a indicator come on saying, "Hey, your drivetrain is not performing at maximum capacity." It's like, well,
Oh no.
so I literally just did a U-turn as coming out of the dealership to go back into the dealership. It's like, oh well, we gotta send you a home with a loan car, and so I've loaned my first car now. And I came home, my dad's like, wait, what's up with this brand new car? What's going on?
And what did you say when he said, "What's up this brand new car? What's going on?"
I just told him like, hey, like things happened, and like it's just how it is.
And he was probably like, "That's Waff for ya."
I think he's just come to accept that in our family, this is just how things roll.
Ah, good pun. Great way to connect it back with
Wasn't
marbles.
intentional, but that's kind of how it worked out, yes.
And like the emeralds, huh? Anyways, one more thing, guys. Just remember that if you want to write in and let your voice be heard on the podcast, or your writing be heard on the podcast, please write in. I want to do an advice segment too. And like, wow, we don't have enough listeners that we're going to get millions of emails every week, and I would have to rifle through all of them every week. I would want to see if I could do a really fun advice segment or something like that for at least a special. So if you have a advice question, or if you have a question, or if you have something to say, just email it, mswpodcast@gmail.com. I cannot stress that email enough, because that's the only email that will work. That is mswpodcast@gmail.com. Wow, that is a huge waveform spike right there on my Audacity. So anyway, guys, yes, so you can do that. Also, don't forget to join the Discord if you really enjoy the show. It's in the description of the YouTube, especially. It probably is in the description of the other platforms as well, because that's where you can interact with all your favorite Marble sports fans. Well, anyways, that I think is enough for the intro, because we're at 8 minutes and it's way too long for an intro. I mean, guys, come on, damn.
Okay, let's go to Johnny Marble now.
Hello, Marble sports fans! I am Johnny Marble, and as always, I'm bringing you the news you crave for MSW. So let's jump right into it. Race 3 of Marbula 1, the Momo Motorway Grand Prix, has aired, and it was easily the fastest race yet. The Marbles were really giving it their all this time, with the two top finishers, Clutter from the Balls of Chaos and Prim from Team Primary, being real standout in their performances. It was a tough fight though, but in the end, Clutter did manage to take first over Prim, but only by 0.05 seconds, with Hazy from the Hazers taking third, but not too far behind. Unfortunately, it would seem that the host hearse has struck again, as Momo from Team Momo finished dead last, and are now the only team with 0 points total. It's a sad day for the Momo fans, but we here at MSW hope that they can get it back together and make a comeback. Just because Johnny Marble supports the O-Rangers doesn't mean he doesn't like people being in last. Another news though, event number 4 of the MSWAL Time Gauntlet has finally arrived, and it was one of, if not the, best event of the competition so far. While the previous event, Casino Night, disappointed many, Time Gauntlet has helped to reinvigorate the excitement of the fans with its great theming and map design, as well as the multiple trials that the marbles had to undergo. And in the end, Plasma emerged victorious, followed by 8-Ball in second and Cyclops falling behind in third. The gap between first place and the overall standings has started to shrink, and it won't be long before we start to see some marbles challenging Crescent for the top spot. Well, yeah, guys, that's the end of the news. I've been Johnny Marble. You guys have been the best fans in the world. Let's take it back to the hosts to continue on with the podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome back from the news. I don't know why I did that.
Everybody, we gotta go.
I don't know why I did that. That was weird. Anyways, guys, we are back from the news, guys. I'm telling you what. So the live chat here is posting all those memes with them killing the Ice Age baby, and I don't understand these memes. I actually, for the record, stop laughing. For the record, I think the Ice Age baby is cute, and he's one of my favorite cartoon babies, and I loved the movie, and I think the Ice Age baby added a lot of meaning and deepness to the Ice Age movie, and so I actually don't understand this meme, and I hate this meme, and I want it to die. So that is my view. It's time for memes advice with your host, Marble Guy. Okay, so that was that. In other talk, we had a lot of marbles. Well, we had some marbles happen this week because, of course, Fubica was on his little vacation, and so was I on a trip this weekend. Quick soda. Anyways, but we did have an amazing Marbula 1 at the Momoda which was really exciting to watch. I actually enjoyed this.
Yes.
It didn't have any... what?
So we should probably introduce our guest before we start talking about Marbula.
Yeah, because I was getting very, very wrapped up in the whole Ice Age baby thing, and I was kind of like, I forgot that like we're doing a whole thing. Anyways, guys, welcome our guest, Piney. She was on a couple episodes, plus 4 ago.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to the show, Piney. This has been an interesting episode already.
Of course.
This is going to be a fun night. That
was like a full minute where you didn't introduce me.
I think that's a new record. Oh my gosh.
I don't think it was actually that long, but...
Okay, Akanon, we do need to chill with the meme posting here, alright, okay. I don't find the meme itself funny. I just find like the fact that it upsets you so much.
Why is me upset funny? Like why?
I don't know, because like this specific thing for some reason to me is so funny when people. I don't know. I do not know. It's just this is a weird thing, dude.
MSWP priorities. Ice Age baby Momoda way. I love how you put the bold there.
And then Pine Time. That's so far that's been the priority list.
I hope the episodes are synced. I mean, the audios are synced up. That it got the fact that me and Waff said Pine Time at the same time because that was really cool.
I didn't notice it, but if it did, that'd be pretty cool.
Pine Time, same time.
Obviously,
Pine time,
that's
same.
the most important thing to say here.
Yeah. Yes, obviously. Although I suppose if it wasn't time, that's probably why I didn't notice it.
Anyways, Piney, why don't you tell us some things that happened in your life this week that are exciting?
Nothing happened in my life that's exciting.
Oh, was nothing fun?
Nah.
Okay, well, it's been a while since you've been on, so like, has anything happened since you came on last time that has been interesting or exciting?
I don't know. I don't know what I want to actually reveal on here that's not too, like, personal.
Hey, listen. Anything you reveal is going to be kept 100% confidential by all the listeners, right, guys?
Oh, yes, because we can trust the internet.
All right,
we can trust the internet, right? No. They'll keep a secret.
Wait, here. I can ensure you that it's going to be a secret. Okay, so if you're a listener out there, we're going to say the secret pledge together, okay? So everybody put your hand on your nose because it shows that you're not going to let your nose tell the secrets, and then say the pledge with me. Ready? I promise that anything Piney says that's mildly personal will never be said to anybody else unless they say to me #PineTime 3 times in a row, and then in that case I have to tell them whatever the secret is. But if they do not,
What?
I will not ever reveal secrets about #PineTime and PineTime in general unless and I will never do that because that's part of the pledge. Marbula 1 also happened, which is really cool. There's the pledge.
That's one hell of a pledge. Anyway,
Piney,
do
now
you
you can mention whatever it is you wanted to. We made it safe. We made it a safe place for you. We made it a safe place, man. Hey, man, I'm feeling safe now, man.
Suddenly you've undone the effects of the internet.
Anyways.
Okay.
I don't even know how to proceed. I don't.
Me
Okay.
I guess do you not? If you don't have anything to share, that's really fine. We can move on to marbles. We just wanted to give you a chance to talk
Yeah,
about
I
To
anything.
express yourself.
Well, since I last recorded, I learned that I'm going to Alaska next month.
That's so
That's
cool.
cool.
It's so, actually,
for an
literally,
artist
it's
retreat.
cool.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be cold. It's not even that cold where I am right now. It was
Wait,
like 60
do you think we'll
degrees
find
today.
Ice Age Baby there?
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I
me
hope not.
Sorry,
hope
that was terrible.
I'm starting to love this so much. Like that, I was so iffy on that meme, but now it's suddenly becoming my favorite meme.
And that's dark. Anyway, that is great. So, are you going to be going up there, what are you going to be doing?
It's like a kind of like networking, like a camp with other artists. I don't
sick.
know the itinerary yet.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's going to be cool. Well, why is it in Alaska?
Because the people who organize it live in Alaska.
People live in
That's the
Alaska?
only thing I can say. Yeah, some people live in Alaska. Someone has to.
I guess so. No, yeah, but that is really cool. And that's going to be, I think I had noticed you were, I don't know if you had been trying to raise money for it or people had just been trying to give money to you or
I wish people were just trying to give money to me.
I think everybody would just wish people trying to give money to them.
Right?
Hey, you want free money? Okay, sure, yeah, get.
Anyways, but did you are you close to your goal for as far as going?
Well, I still don't know what my goal is, but I have enough money to pay for lodging and stuff, but I'm gonna be at a mini convention and I have to order stuff for that and I don't know how much that I need to order yet.
Oh, and
Right.
do you have to buy top of the line art equipment? Are they providing?
I don't know.
Oh, that was shoot, yeah.
They still haven't emailed me about that.
Do artists
Yeah.
judge you based on equipment? Or are they like, oh my god, you don't have Crayola? Sorry, Crayola.
If I
I
had Crayola, they would judge me.
I don't. Do you have pastels? I mean, you don't have pastels, man. What? I
Do
don't
you
know.
not have watercolors?
Yeah. Now, when
First
you
of all, I'm a digital artist, so
okay, do you
I don't
even
use
have
any of
Photoshop, or do you really use that freaking Notability? Do you use Notability?
I don't even know what that is. Didn't I say last episode that I use Photoshop?
Yeah, she did, yeah.
No, but I could just see artists getting all hey, have the right equipment there. I don't know, man.
Anyways, marbles. We
Marbles.
gotta
Yeah.
get back on topic.
I mean, they've been.
Let's
we
go.
see
Marbles.
our angular momentum is not the same as theirs, so we weren't. Fuck, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so Marbula 1, guys, happened again. The motorway. And so that was race 3 of the Marble Circuits. I think there's going to be 8, which is good
You just
because
said
I really
Marble Circuits instead of Marbula 1.
Marbula 1. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, everything is What is up with this episode?
Okay. All right. Okay, so Motorway. So that was cool. I think there's only going to be 8 races though, which is fine because I don't think I could do 12 of them. All right, I really don't think so. And that's
I definitely couldn't with how poor my team is doing. I couldn't handle that.
Same.
The raspberry.
Yours is worse though.
It hurts
Actually,
my
the
soul.
Limers have been doing okay, which makes me happy. They did well in the Savage Speed. No, not Savage Speed. The O Raceway. Yeah, and then they did okay in the Mo Motorway. And then hopefully they do well in the... What is the next one? Honey Drive? Honey Dive?
The
Hive Drive. The Hive Drive. Garbo? Anyway, sorry, I'm reading the live chat by accident. But yeah, that's...
Clutter and Prim from Balls of Chaos and Team Primary, respectively.
I was so surprised. Okay, now,
that
now
was
actually...
so crazy.
I was literally just stalling because I was trying to remember the plot of the race. But okay, I do remember now. Yeah, I was very surprised that we both saw Team Primary and Balls of Chaos, teams that literally like 5 people each care about, do so well. Because actually, I saw a chart graph line of the race, like per lap, lap to lap. And it showed like the progression of each marble and what place they were in. I think at the beginning or at the end of each lap, I forget. And like for Balls of Chaos, for Clutter, they actually had a very clean win because they started in second, then they got into first at the first lap, and actually nobody passed them afterwards. At least not for more than one lap, according to the chart. So that was actually really cool, especially since it kind of shows.
I think Prim passed them like 1 point, but by the time they got to the conveyor belt, they had gone back to second.
Yeah, because the graph was line to line.
Yeah, Balls of Chaos was first the entire race. By the time they reached the finish line, at least every time.
Yeah, exactly. And that was great because it shows that Balls of Chaos did not just have a lucky win, but actually had a skilled win where they were able to keep in the front for the whole time. And Team Primary also very surprising. But it goes to show, I think it really does go to show you how important the timed laps are. You know, as you know, not interesting the qualifiers are in any respect. I mean, they're just, they're not as fun to watch objectively. They are so important because, I don't think that would have happened for either of those teams if they started back in 6th or 12th, because starting in the lead, you drop back, because think about it. Let's say you start in 5th, right? And then you come out of the gate and you drop back a couple of places. Then all of a sudden you're like already in the bottom half, and that's very discouraging. But if you're starting in like 1st and you drop back a couple places, you're in 3rd and you're like, oh my god, I'm still in this by a long shot. So and then in dropping back into 3rd, you don't actually have that crowd, that sheer just crowd of all those other marbles racing. When you're in that middle of the pack, it's almost impossible to escape because you have all these marbles kind of, it's kind of like when a crowd of people try to go up the escalator, right? You're not going to get up any quicker or any slower than where you already are, because it's just everybody's packed in there. And so like starting first, you kind of get to avoid that bundle of marbles. So I think that, taking advantage of the qualifying times when you can is very important.
What I thought was interesting about this race was that it's the first one so far where both the top 2 teams from the qualifiers actually podiumed, where both of them podiumed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because the Rangers got the pole for Savage Speedway, but they didn't podium.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
And then Midnight Wisps, died second race.
That was a situation, though. Like, that was honestly unexpected. I don't think any of the officials or even Gel expected that situation. All of a sudden, that kickback there from the elevator. It was a sign of an over-aggressive strategy.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
He just was too hasty and didn't grip hard enough.
Yeah.
Grip hard enough. As rounded as he
Marble
is.
hands. Motorway. What I was really fun about that for me is how fast. That was the fastest race so far, and but it was not too fast again. Basically it was that nice middle ground for me. not too slow, but not too fast where you couldn't see it.
Right,
Like,
they did have some fast bits, but not too much.
Yeah, not too much. And like people like Frosby will definitely appreciate that, who have some trouble watching the faster races. But one thing that really disappointed me, like at the beginning of the race, like Momo, like from Team Momo, was doing rather well. Like they actually they passed like 4 marbles like at the start, but then they just dropped. And like, but apparently this has been like consistent for a lot of teams. Like the hosts haven't been doing good.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, and it kind of runs over into the ML
Momo
curse.
was already not doing good.
I mean,
Yeah.
no,
If you
you're
wanna
right.
blame it
You're right.
on
You are
the
right. You are
hosting,
correct.
can.
I mean, no, you're correct, but they didn't place last in any previous races. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, neither did whichever O-Ranger it was. For the
Fair.
race,
I think it
but
was Clementon. No, it was
True.
Kinowin, right? Or Orange.
Kinnowin's not in it.
No, it was
I think it was-
not.
I
It was
think
not
It was
Clementon.
Orangin.
Orangin, I think is what.
Orangin.
Greg said Orangin.
Pretty
so
much
I'll say
Orangers.
Orangin.
Orangin
but
it
an
is.
I always pronounce it Orangin, but
Orangin, boy.
Orangey.
Yes, man. Momo will never. I hope they never be trash. They've been on that steady decline. I can't deny they've been on that steady decline ever since their first year. But they brought it back with Showdown. Like they did really well, but for ML. But I don't know. Like this is just it's gonna be tough. It's hard being that Momo fan right now. I can't deny
It is.
It's every year, man.
I mean, you do get the motorway to look at though, which is your motorway. That's your team's. They own that motorway. They get to do whatever they want with it. I wish there was sand on mine, man. Why couldn't there be sand on mine?
I want sand.
The Rangers get sand because everybody likes that team. Do I still have them as a role
Cowboys.
at my
'cause
Discord?
it's they're like
Yeah, it's all.
Texas themed, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I
sort of
think.
a desert.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, like,
Or at least
I'm
on
trying
the
to.
poster they are. I never know if they're supposed to be like Texas or Florida because orange is.
They're Central America, so that's where the deserts are. So
yeah,
you know.
right. That's Texas.
Yeah, Texas is in the center. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Orangers. Anyways, we saw a sneak peek of the Hive Drive, the next course at the end, and I think that they tried to theme it. Have a little bit of that hexagonal honeycomb theming. I think they put a little bit of Gravitrax in there, which is cool. By the way, that does not fit at all with racing, like fast, but it does. I think it looks.
Oh
cool.
yeah, I
It's
gotcha.
just for aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
But the thing is,
I don't think.
I don't know
was there
how
any
they
obstacles in
did it. I don't know how they actually constructed it because you only got a quick glimpse. But like, I'm hoping they didn't make it because like Gravitrax. If you look at Gravitrax from Marble League or Olympics, or whatever, often when they have the little hexagonal kind of plinko type stuff, it's like single marble file or like even double maybe. So like I
Well,
hope it doesn't get too thin in there.
I was thinking like. In the elimination race, the Rangers got stuck on it, so I'm just hoping
A
no
lot
one
of
gets stuck on
teams.
the Gravitrax, like where.
Oh,
it meets
yeah, that
the-
would be-
like the edge of it where it meets the whatever it's called other track. The
Yeah,
regular
I
track.
think many marbles got stuck on it. I remember the Crazy Cat's Eyes did in the final race, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're going to Crazy
Oh
Cat's
really?
Eyes!"
I thought they just got stuck on one of the hexagons, not on.
Oh,
Oh,
the
they did.
yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of them
normal.
did.
I mean, the Green Ducks did too, and that's how the Raspberry Racers got gold.
The Raspberry Races. Oh yeah, you would remember that because you're a racist fan. A racist fan.
I did check the footage, and yeah, there's no obstacles on the track. It's just a straight shot with a chevron in the middle to boost.
Oh, the Gravitrax? I thought it was like a real little Gravitrax situation.
No, it is Gravitrax. Just that there's no obstacles in the middle, like in the Marble League.
Oh, well
Like,
then that's
no
not even.
hexagons.
But like that was like the cool part about the Gravitrax and theming with the Hive Drive because it had the hexagons, and for some reason we always associate hexagons with bees. So yeah, I mean,
They aren't even bees.
Wait, maybe it's not even a hornet. Wait, are the bumblebees in this race?
No, Hive Drive,
No,
Hornets.
Bumblebees
yeah.
aren't popular, so
Yeah.
Oh, right,
No one
right.
knows
Like-
who they are.
I mean, even the Minty Maniacs are more popular than the Bumblebees, and that's just because Miss Minty likes them, and she's Miss Minty.
I mean, I guess Maniacs. How did they do in the Hoopolino tournament again?
They were second.
Not
That's
good.
why they
Ah.
were in Showdown, because it's the top
Right.
2 Hoopolino teams. Because
Okay.
originally they had retired, but then they got
That's
second in
right.
Hoopolino, so they came back.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting to see. I mean, I'm just trying to think about how they're going to theme some other races, but they're only doing 8, so they have to pick 8 of the 16 teams, which kind of is like, oh well, because I want to see like some race with like, I don't know, the Team Galactic, where we have like
Well,
this.
They have a whole Marble League to theme after Team Galactic.
Oh wait, yeah, that's true. They're probably
True.
gonna get sick of that, but yeah, they're gonna get sick of the space theming thing real quickly.
Except that
But,
I would love for Team Galactic to get hit by a host curse. Just saying.
Yeah, I get you. But like for the green ducks, I would love to see like an aqueduct, like an aqueduct, and kind of like, you might not be able to put water in it, but like kind of have like, that architecture with the arches and stuff, and it's like a little aqueduct. How many times can I say aqueduct? Like aqueduct,
Aqueduct.
and it's like a little aqueduct, and you can like go in it and roll in it. I mean, that would be cool. I think you could theme that well too, and you could kind of take a break from the usual kind of gray and white theming color that we see every time. That's why I love the sand, by the way. It was just another color to look at. And it added a lot to the race, but like, it's kind of like, bring some new ideas in there, because then it kind of starts, because each time you kind of have a new challenge for the marbles. Like, for example, one thing I'll say Marble Circuits does, while I have some problems with their courses too, I think they need to be a little more spread out and things like that. Each course has tried to add some new element that's only used for that course. Like, for example, in the recent one, they had that like snaking helices, like the DNA shape looking thing. And then before, they had that huge wide area that was almost like a freeform area. And then now, I think before that, they had one that had like a heavy like spiraling turns, and one that had a lot of I think it's very clearly a different course every time. So I'm just hoping that while we haven't really seen any repeats per se with the Marbula one, I'm gonna end up saying Marbula Circuit because it's just gonna get blurred together. But like I'm hoping that by race 6 it's not like the Mo Motorway, but this turn is to the right instead of the left. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just hoping that they keep it interesting.
Well, then be glad then that there's only 8.
There is only
If you're afraid of it being repetitive.
Oh man, 16 would be hard, man. But that's just me being biased. Like I'm not biased towards any channel. It's more just like I'm more of a Marble League guy than I am a
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I absolutely am.
yeah.
Marbula 1 is just like the same thing over and over.
Yeah, Marble League is like, oh my god, they're surfing this time? I don't even know how to conceive that.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I definitely can see like getting burned out on Marbula 1, like because when there's too much happening, and I think it's a good thing that it's gonna be a shorter season, just 8 races, like that way. So like I think it's just long enough to where we stay interested, but not too long to where we get jaded. And I guess in response to like, the whole like making it more aesthetically pleasing, maybe they could do something kind of like similar to Fubeca, where they put things in the middle and stuff, like make it look like it's an actual different place rather than just the same location every time. Like even though the track changes, we can tell it's still in that one room. Whereas Fubeca, like he kind of like puts trees and stuff around. Like I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it would be as well. Yeah. Oh, actually, Fubic has been doing that too, putting little trees around, kind of giving it that outside.
That's what I just
aesthetic.
said. That's what I just
sorry.
said.
I missed a sentence.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
It's
anyway,
fine.
yes, exactly what he said. Just, I agree. Sorry, because I got distracted because someone suggested a cool name for the Balls of Chaos track, Balls of Circuit, Balls of Racing.
What would
Balls
be a
of
good name
Speed.
though? Actually,
Actually, no, because I think it would be a good name because it's so like retarded, like Balls of Circuit. Oh wow, creative, right? That is just funny. It's kind of like how with the Raspberry Racers, naming them Rizzy, Razzie, Rezzy, and Ruzzy is so like silly that it's awesome and hilarious.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite group of team names.
Thank you.
Eventually, you run out of vowels if you want coaches and stuff.
I try to defend their names all the time. No one listens to me.
Wait, people get upset. Dude, that's
at least
literally
it's not,
you real.
At least it's not Waspy, Wespy, Wispy.
Wispy.
That's their reserve, I think.
Wispy. I don't know.
One
but
of
like
them,
literally,
one of them
like
is Wispy, and it's really ugly.
like I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. When I first started watching Marble League, Marble Olympics. Why do I say I can never say it right? But when I first started watching it, I think that I forget because I first started watching in like 2016, 2017. So the Raspberry Racer. Wait, when did the Raspberry Racer start? 2017.
2018.
2018.
Okay, yeah. So I don't think it was them first. I mean, they definitely sealed the deal on it. But I think I saw a team like the Midnight Wisps or something where it was like Wispy, Waspy, Wespy, and Wuspy or something like that. I forget.
Yeah,
it was like one of those teams.
It was only Midnight Wisps originally.
Yeah, like as soon as that sealed the deal. As soon as I was watching this, I was like, "That's okay." And then I saw Wispy, Waspy, Wespy, Wuspy. I was like, "Okay, we're watching this." And then when I saw Rizzy, Razzie, Rezzy, Ruzzy, I was like, "That's you know what? You cannot make that up." So that was awesome. I love that so much for some reason. I will defend those names through anything. I think Orangen is a weird name, but that's just my opinion. Yeah.
I mean, fits with their name theme.
Yeah, I guess because it's orange.
Yeah, because they're all different types of oranges with IN on the end.
Where's Tangerine?
Tangerine's a little orange color.
Yeah, I don't know what those are classified as.
Tangerines are orange in color.
I guess they're not oranges.
I thought tangerines were oranges.
Wait, are they not? Wait,
I don't know.
I thought you were
It's time for Google with your host, Marble Guy, and we're looking up about to see if tangerines are oranges. And actually, I'm not even going to ask the question to Google. I'm just going to be tangerines are oranges? That's how I searched it up. Showing results for tangerines or oranges. Search instead for tangerines
Mandarin
are
orange.
Okay, yes. Did you mean... Okay.
So they are oranges.
Are...
a subset of oranges.
All caps. Are tangerines are oranges. Tangerines versus oranges. How are they different with Healthline? Tangerines and oranges are citrus fruits that are often confused for one another. Why can't you just answer my question? Why do I have to read all this introduction first? They both contain an assortment of nutrients. That's not what I asked for. Are relatively sweet in flavor and are generally low in calories. But while tangerines and oranges are closely related, you're just restating the title at this point, they are actually two separate fruits with some notable differences. Good.
There we go.
This article explains the key similarities and differences between tangerines and oranges. They are from the same family. Tangerines and oranges have similar qualities because they are members of the same
are oranges.
family.
Okay, we get it.
They may look alike, but they're actually two different species of fruit with
really?
separate origins and varieties. Tangerines, oranges. I'm just reading the titles now. They have different appearances.
Bing, bong, boop, beep,
Thrilling
boop, boop, beep,
content.
boop, boop.
Their flavors vary slightly. Tangerines are generally easier to peel, so remember that. They have a very similar nutrient content. Potential health benefits. Eat them. How to eat and this one's a good one. How to eat and enjoy them. The best way to eat both tangerines and oranges is to simply peel them and eat them. There you go, guys.
Anyways, back to the podcast.
When choosing a ripe tangerine,
No,
you
okay,
want to
Brendan,
look for
please.
the fruits that are deep in color, semi-soft, and avoid those with brown spots. Oranges do not necessarily have to be bright in color to be ripe, but if you will want to choose oranges that are firm and have smoothly textured
oranges
skin. Both tangerine... Wait, let's read the last sentence so we can get the summary. Okay. Tangerines and oranges have their similarities and differences, but both are nutritious and a healthful addition to your daily diet.
Gonna lose so many.
Curious about mindful
listeners.
eating? Take our free 21-day challenge. No, I don't want to do that. I'm done with health. Okay, anyways, guys, so that was a little tangent because we feel that here at the podcast, we are a health-driven podcast. We want you to be eating right.
Oh!
Okay.
And we
really? I didn't know that.
I mean, I just drank a Coke and ate a fruit roll-up in the last hour, but you out there at home, you should be peeling a tangerine because they're quicker and eating an orange because, as the article said, the best way to eat tangerines and oranges is to peel them and eat them. Write that. Find the other thing I said after this episode and write that down. That was funny. Whatever that article said.
Wait, what?
No. What I said with the exact quote, because I read the sentence of them saying the best way to eat them is to peel them and eat them. Find that afterward. That's funny. And
are you kidding me?
Yeah, you can look at it back later. Well,
Let's just get back to the.
And anyways, so the point from all that was this: when you think about the O'Rangers and the Raceway, and all the other teams and the host curse, it's kind of a pressure thing, okay? And so for the Hive Drive, what are our predictions?
And I don't even know anymore. None of mine have been right.
Yeah, all my predictions have been awful. Like with each race, my points in the fantasy league have gone down.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing.
You're one of the only 8 people that are below me in fantasy.
I'm not even in
we're
triple.
both in the bottom 10.
I'm not even in triple digits. I'm 4th place, I think. Oh, sorry, no, I'm a bottom 4. I would be so happy if I was in.
Wait, where am I?
10.
I haven't checked this.
Presumably above me. I didn't look for you.
Wait, I don't even know how to get to that link. I remember the link being hard to get to.
I bookmarked it, so I don't have to worry about
I just
that
have
anymore.
it on
Alright,
my history.
well, send it to me when you have a chance so I can take a look. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean that's the thing, guys, because this is a new event. So for this year, for Marble League 2020, since it's the 5th one, it's going to be easy to sit down and be like, okay, well, I might want to take a couple risks with my votes with my fantasy leagues, but I'm definitely going to be safe if I go Savage Speeders, probably. If I go Mellow Yellow, probably. If I go Team Galactic.
Savage Speeders and Team Galactic and Hazers are I think. The ones that most
and
people
Green
have.
Ducks. Yeah, and I'd say Mellow Yellow is 100% way too overlooked. You didn't even mention them there, actually.
They're on my fantasy with Savage
job.
Speeders and Team Galactic, but I'm 139th in the league.
I'm 6th from the bottom. 6th from the bottom. Out of 147.
But what I mean to say is that because Marbula 1 has only been out 1 year, we don't really have a sense of how to predict Marbula 1 and what to kind of look for. And kind of when we were talking about Marble Olympics last year in the final race and stuff, I was able to kind of, because we've had multiple years of it, I was able to kind of see the marbles, how they did, and kind of be like, okay, even though this marble didn't win this event, you can see how they performed in this, and they're probably going to do well in this next one and stuff. And I'd actually be right multiple times. I did very well in last year's fantasy league and things like that. But for Marbula 1, we're not used to what to look for yet. We don't know we can't pinpoint, oh, this marble only got 6th in this one, but look at how they handled these corners or things like that. Obviously, they're going to be a contender. And that makes it very difficult to always really kind of get a handle on.
Yeah, I'm based on past experience. I guess I expect the Hornets to not do so good. I want Momo to do good, but I know it's not gonna happen.
I don't know. I want the Raspberry Racers to do much better, or at least do better than the Limers. But okay, the thing with the Raspberry Racers is that their performance depends on how well they do in qualifiers, because they might have done very well in in speed events in the Marble League, but that in the Marble League all the marbles start at the in a horizontal line. They all start at the same place. So once they're placed at the starting blocks behind other marbles, they can't overtake them. So they just end up mid-pack.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I'm exactly at 100 with 160 points in the fantasy league.
And,
the
like,
MSW fantasy team, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So not bad, not great.
I noticed that at the Mo Motorway, the only time that Razzie gained spots was right when they started out of the gate. That Razzie was able to like go around a few just because of the curve of the track. And
Right, yeah.
didn't overtake anyone else. Like that was the highest that they was 8th, and they started at 12th.
Yeah, because like after that initial thing, the marbles kind of settle into that line, and it's like the only really lead changes happen at the top because because all the pressure from the marbles behind kind of make that happen.
because all the marbles behind are just kind of in a pack together, so they can't. It's harder for them to pass each other.
Yeah, exactly.
But passing does happen. Passing does happen.
Sometimes they make a pass, sometimes they don't, to quote Focaf.
I can't see your team on the fantasy league list, so I
do.
I don't know.
Go to 100.
I don't. There's no one there with 100 points on my screen.
No, place 100,
Number
160.
Oh,
points.
place 100. Oh, okay.
And then I'm looking at the first place guy who's
okay.
Team
101.
O-Rangers, and they did not
101.
pick the O-Rangers.
All right, so you're tied with the Sylvie, the Ultimate Snom, for
Which
100th
is kind
place.
of weird. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, granted, they're doing great, but I mean, like, you'd think if you're going to name your team the O-Rangers, you're going to at least pick the O-Rangers. But no
Right.
O-Rangers were picked on the team named O-Rangers. Is this coming through the mic easy for you guys to hear?
No,
That doesn't make sense.
I'm hearing you. And
That's like if I named my team Limers but didn't pick the Limas. Actually,
The
that's exactly like
Limas?
that. That actually did not advance that thought at all. Anyways, but yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see, especially in future years, like how we kind of adapt to understand what makes a potentially good future Marbula 1 racer and what does not. Because yes, of course, doing well in the qualifiers, you can kind of hone your predictions like, okay, I kind of know. So like if you had to make your predictions based on after the qualifiers, you can probably make pretty good guesses. But like to be able to make them beforehand, like, okay, let me look at this course layout. What marble's even going to do good in that? It's hard to tell because the marble's only separated by like a second at most from the times. You get people like the Limers, which most people see as slow marbles, actually doing okay in the timing. They got like 4th twice in the timed qualifiers. So it's kind of like to figure out which ones are actually going to be worth predicting and things like that. It's not always easy, and then definitely we're going to have to wait and see and observe.
Yeah, like it's because it's so new. We don't know like how well these teams or and what specific marbles perform well in these kind of tracks. Like for instance, we've seen enough Marble League and like to see that Starry does well on sand, but we haven't seen enough of Marbula 1, and we haven't seen enough from each individual team member to know what teams do good, and then what marbles from those teams do good on these types of tracks.
Oh, and by the way, that is another reason. Consider this, by the way, why Marble League is more popular than Sand Marble Rally. Because one of the most compelling aspects of marble sports, especially for the inner community, is that you can kind of sit there for Marble League and predict who's going to win this event, who's not going to win this event, and because you kind of know who will win and won't win an event, like obviously, some teams will like seem to never do good at certain ones, and blah blah blah. You kind of feel good, like, oh my god, I can predict this. I know what's going to happen, and it's so different each time. With the problem with Sand Marble Rally is, yes, you can kind of predict it, but it's like, this thing is the same as the other race, except there's a right turn here instead of a left. So that, like, you can't like predict it, and you can't be like, oh, look at this new situation in which, oh wow, of course, yeah, Pollo Loco won't do good this time, definitely. Oh my god, of course. You can't really tell that. And Marbula 1's kind of like the middle between the two, where like you can kind of make a little bit more predictions. You'd be like, oh well, this one has sand, so maybe these will do. But like, it's not easy. It's not as it's not like Marble League where you can kind of really make good predictions and really get into it because you can kind of tell the differences. It's kind of like if they don't make sure to make them substantially different each track, then you kind of blurs together, and it's like, well, this one, we'll see who wins, right? Because the point of marble sports is to bring us further and further away from the marble race YouTube posters who just, build a marble race out of whatever plastic tracks they have and race marbles down. And there's no way to predict or to get behind teams and stuff because it's just like, well, I don't know who's going to win. Oh, let's just find out, as opposed to like, oh wow, we're doing long jump today. Yeah, we're not gonna see Balls of Chaos win the long jump. They never win the long jump, and they don't have the skills for it. Because that's different. It's way different, and that's why Marble League is so popular. You can see it, by the way. You can literally see that. Wait, let me look this up because I noticed this earlier. I don't know if it's still like this, but if you go to the Gels channel, Gels Marble Runs,
Good Gels,
the Gels. You actually will see. By the way, they're almost at 600,000 subscribers. Great job, guys.
Yeah, that's almost like that was what their old channel was at, right? 600,000.
Yeah.
If you go to the Gels channel, like if you go to the Marbula 1, the first Marbula 1 race has 558,000 views, which is incredible. The second one, 286th. All right, and then the third one, 151. Now, granted, the third one has only been out a day, but pretty much like 80% of your views come in the first couple of days. So, I mean, and you can see it. You can see how it's going down as the qualifiers going down because like the qualifiers went 232,000 to 198 to 133. So like, it's not that it's bad content. It's great content. You're not gonna find things like this anywhere else. But like people are like, hey man, it's not like different enough every time. And because for people who are casual watchers that are not listening to a podcast on Marble Sports with their time every week, they're going to be like, hey, you know what? When, something crazy different happens like rafting, then I'll come back. They're just going to be like, whatever, man.
I mean, true, but that applied kind of to Marble League too. Like, while it's not too, like the numbers are a lot higher. With each passing event, especially compared to the qualifier event that happens every year, the view numbers are not as high. Like the qualifier videos get like several million views because it just trends like crazy. But then like most people don't stay who are casual viewers, and then it just kind of dumps down.
That's true, but it performs at a much larger magnitude. I don't know, Piney, what do you think about this?
I wasn't really thinking about it. I'm just kind of waiting for you to be done talking about it.
So,
okay, fine. Go ahead then.
do we know? I guess at one point, does YouTube's live stream views count towards the total views? Because it's like there have been a lot of live viewers, and so
there were like almost 10,000 or something.
Yeah, live views do count towards the final view count.
Okay, so so
I think that's helping them.
Oh yeah, the premieres definitely help. I'm surprised they didn't start this earlier.
It's good they started now because I find it very fun.
Yeah, because people, but see, here's the annoying thing about premieres, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but come on. I mean, it's great to do a premiere, but when the premiere is with 30,000 people, it kind of loses the excitement of the premiere. Because the point of the premiere, the excitement of the premiere is, oh, I get to watch this video that I like, but in the meantime, I can also chat to other people, watch the video, and even the creator of the video, and kind of enjoy that connection there. When there's 30,000 people watching the video, nobody gets heard in the chat.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky to one time get your thing in top chat and nobody cares. So
I will say it does while the YouTube live chat definitely is not great for that. It does work for the Marble-based live chat. Like people go in and listen to it and watch it live together, and so everybody gets to commentate. And so that's a more controlled environment because it's a smaller audience. But then again, in the future, as that server also starts to grow, eventually the same issue will probably become apparent as well, where like the voice channel will be filled to its maximum limit, and then there'll be like 99 people talking all at the same time.
That's the annoying part because JMR right now has like 15 or almost 2,000 members in their Discord, and about 50 of them might be active per day. and they're the same 50. But but
Well, every weekend when Marbula 1 airs, it's like over 100 people talking at once.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But see, like, you can see how quickly that can get annoying too. Like, oh wow, it's almost like nice when there's only like 10 people just having a chat, but then like, oh wow, I can't even like type something in the Discord because as soon as I type it, my message is already gone behind 20 others.
Yeah,
and that's the annoying part about live chats. And
I remember trying to explain my Raspberry Racers theory. So, and no one listened to me. So I'm kind of glad I was invited. So I got to say it.
Wait, what theory?
That I mentioned earlier about their like starting positions, and that they can't overtake, and that's why they're doing poorly.
Yeah, I agree with that. By the way, yeah,
gotcha,
that's difficult. Yes. Yeah, because you have to do well in the qualifiers to get that. You got to get to pole position.
The best they've done is third, and they dropped down to ninth after like the lap 5 in that race, and that was really sad. It's like it's really weird because I know you don't want to be like humanizing marbles, but it's like Rezi just like lost his stamina at lap 5 and just slowed down.
It's so sad. Like we do need to do more role play on this podcast.
They don't actually put any water stations out for the marbles though. So
yeah, they need some water stations.
That's sad because we know, or at least I know, Rezi isn't an endurance athlete. That's Razzie who's the endurance athlete. She was in, if you don't mind me gendering them, she was in
Go ahead.
The funnels and was in the last funnel for like 45 seconds as like everyone else like went through it. That's how they got silver in that event, and also the sand rally. She got bronze in that too.
Yeah.
I wonder if marbles actually like get tired because like think about it, like the marbles rolling. No. Stop. Let me do it. Okay. Marbles rolling down like a ramp, down a track is equivalent to us just kind of like parachuting down. We're just doing what gravity makes us do. I mean, I said parachuting because, it's equivalent to us falling, but like falling hurts at the end of it. So, they're kind of just relaxing. So what are they doing? Trying to fall, as Toy Story says, fall with style. I mean, in reality, they're kind of doing what naturally they're supposed to do. So, I feel like the tired they get would be like trying to really push that falling and going as fast as they can. But imagine if track in like track and field in human world was, downhill. I mean, everyone just be kind of like making big gallops down the hill, and it would be like so much less tiring, right? Because you'd just be going down. And so, I don't know. That's interesting to think about, I guess.
I think you meant that to be still in the role play, but the problem is that you started that statement with the serious statement. But let's actually think about this. I was so confused.
No. I wasn't.
Do marbles actually get tired?
I was.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean, and that's like in the role play here. That's fair. Like if we imagine, if
I don't know, I think I kind of was in and out of that one. Yeah, it was kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
It was kind of weird. If they are we're not thinking like the limbed marbles that Icy makes, and like they're just the standard roly marbles. That's a good point. I actually don't know how I would think about that. Yes, from a role play perspective, like would they be tired or not?
And why shiny glass marbles get to have the spotlight? Like why all other marbles are just discriminated against? Like no, you can't race because you're not glass. You know what? That's rude. I think we should start a movement for other races of marbles.
Well, the Raspberry Racers aren't glass.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
They're agates.
Okay.
Like they're literally just they're stones that are round and dyed pink.
Isn't that a marble?
Nice.
I mean, yes, historically there are agate marbles, so they are still a marble.
Oh, yeah, wow, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
My marble from the stands is a Vitro agate as well.
Yeah.
Vitro agate.
I don't know. I pronounce it Vitro.
Vitro. That sounds cooler.
Vitro.
I like it. Vitro.
Anyways.
That's what the pit lane's for. for maybe giving the marbles some water to drink. And none of the teams have used the pit lane since the first race, so
Yeah, because no one wants the water.
no one wants the water, and they paid for it. Momo probably should have gotten some water. They were already behind. They might as well get
and
some
by the way,
refill.
I think that in the next race, Fubica is going to have some sort of tunnel, which is going to be really, really cool. And by the way, that's why I really appreciate Fubica's channel in that sense, where they could work on the editing. But by the way, I have a point to make on that. And let me finish this statement though. A little bit to compared to Gel, they could work on a little bit on the editing. They do some really creative things like the DNA shaped helices, and then they're gonna add a tunnel and stuff. That's kind of really sick, man. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, we should get to trivia. But one more thing I want to mention, then we're gonna dive right into trivia, everybody. And I'll have to pull up the trivia songs that have been sent to me by loyal listeners and co-hosts. Okay, so anyways, the one point I want to make is one of the things that I've noticed about Marbula 1 that's kind of like that I don't like as someone who started watching Gels back in 2016 and loved Gels back in 2016 is that I feel like because Marbula 1, the way they're doing Marbula 1, they haven't been too crazy with it. I think they could have been cool if they maybe had some tunnels. I mean, just adding tunnels is an aesthetic advantage, or maybe adding some like foam parts, where it's softer ground, or maybe adding some parts where it's like with they use those little glass blocks that they've used as like little slippery ice parts, kind of like to add style to the tracks and make them all different and interesting. They've kind of been ignoring that, just kind of using the Quercetti track, especially in Momoto way. They didn't really have anything especially interesting, and they've been overthinking and overworking on the editing part. Obviously, the editing is like getting better and better like every time. It's great, but do not take away from the actual content, the actual marbles racing, just because you want the intro to look a little cooler, right? And so I just hope that they are careful with that in the future, like to not be like, hey, okay, yeah, we're gonna sacrifice adding an actual cool part to this track to make it look different, just so we can have a cooler transition between each camera angle, so I just hope that they keep that in mind and not make this mistake. That is something that I feel like that we could be getting close to a trap we could be falling into. So that's the last point I have to make.
You just this is the last thing I want to say, but you just remind me that there was a really slow camera fade out in one part of the race, and that was really distracting. I gotta say, like, it was during like one of the middle laps, like it just slowly transitioned from one scene to the other, so you couldn't see a single thing going on for like a good 2 seconds.
Yeah. And to be honest, the thing is, like, I can think of so many things right now here late at night off the top of my head, so many different things that could be added to the track, and they're probably not that hard to add, that could make it look so cool. Tunnels, for one. Gel is literally, he's the marble master. He probably has so many different types of track that would be cool. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if Fubica's going to do this, but I think he might later. A split track situation where not just throw a piece of foam in the middle of the track and call it a split track, because I literally, every time he calls it a split track and it's just the piece of foam in the middle, it makes me upset. I get angry sitting in my seat. It's not a split track. You took a piece of foam and you put it in the middle. There's the same thing, okay? But if they actually put a split track, like, how Fubica has the thinner tracks, they're kind of like half the width of the thick ones. We'll have the thick one kind of funnel into two thin ones that kind of like go back and forth and stuff, and it's like you have this split track. That's crazy. That makes it interesting. I want to watch that. I do not care how well you can edit the team logos to appear at the beginning of each video. I do not care. After I see it the first time, I just don't even care anymore. So when you make the tracks, instead of spending more time post-editing them so that you can feel like you put work into it, just do something different, all right? I mean, for the Momoto way, I mean, you could literally had a section that just split the track into two for a second and brought it back together just for something different, and that would have closed the door on that. That would have been amazing. And so
I can't believe you're complaining about this.
I know, but see, yeah, I'm too much of a pretentious marble sports fan because I've been here too long, but. And this is the Marble Sports Podcast. It's
at least
for
you admit
complaining
it. At least you admit
when we
it.
have no, yeah. But like, Like, listen, I don't see, because I want us to realize that I'm not saying anything, like, I'm not saying it's bad content. I'm hoping that we're already past the fact that we're accepting that Gels Marble Runs is amazing content. I'm getting nitpicky, and I'm talking.
But don't complain about the intro because Melikis did all of that. Like, that was just a one person.
And I told him
it was affect any of the rest of the video. I
know, but it was great, But I just want to just point out that, and by the way, Melikis still listens. I told him already. It was an amazing intro. I can't even conceive how he did it. And yes, like he said, like that's the kind of intro TV people will pay thousands of dollars for. But I just hope that in general that we don't start to get distracted, and then all the courses are just the same but with different turns. But oh wow, look at how well that transition was there between the two cameras, right? So I don't know, I guess just a word of warning from me, I don't know, to anybody who cares. But anyways, let's do the trivia segment. I have the music right here.
Okay.
It's time for trivia. We will ask some questions for the trivia. One of them will ask, and the others will answer for the trivia.
That's great. And
anyway, that was S-Man's rendition, so now I'll play Waff's rendition.
The intro one. Yeah.
Now it's time for the trivia segment. Come on now, let's go, go, go. Go, go, go.
All right, guys, welcome to the trivia segment. I hope you enjoyed those renditions. Comment below your favorite, and we will play it each time. To be honest, they both did very, 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 very well.
And they'll actually be edited into the video. They won't be played through a microphone. They'll actually be in it. They'll be a much higher quality.
He's saying that I don't promise anything. The last thing I'll do is promise.
Well, they should, because it sounds more professional. We're trying to be professional.
Oh yes, we're so professional. Anyways, but they sound great, and I'm glad that fans enjoy these segments so much that they make these for us. Anyway, to actually do trivia, I'm going to ask our first question because we don't have too much time left, guys. We've been going long here. S-Man gave me a question, so I'm going to go ahead and ask it. What team is the only team to have below 0 points in an official competition?
That is Team Primary.
Primary.
Balls of Chaos.
They got a negative points in one time.
That was Balls of Chaos.
I'm pretty sure it's Team Primary.
I think it was Primary.
I checked this the other day.
All right. Well, the spoiler box is pretty big, so it could be either of them. I think he's just trying to avoid, me being able to guess from the box because he just made it way too big.
He's been very good about that recently.
Anyways, I think those are our guesses, though, right?
Yes.
So Team Primary, I think it was Primary, but it could be Balls of Chaos. I mean, Limers is always a good guess because Limers are just Limers.
I'm pretty sure I know it, but okay.
All right. Well, we'll see how much you know. That's the point of the trivia. It is indeed Balls of Chaos.
All right, Piney. Good job. You guys
Piney, you are indeed amazing. Actually, I should just donate $1,000 to your art retreat because you got that one right. What if that wouldn't that be hilarious? If every trivia question, if it was like, oh crap, what if every question was like, if you get it right, you get $1,000.
I would be bankrupt.
If we ever make millions off of Marble Sports and we make Marble Sports bigger than football, then we'll do $1,000 trivia each week.
That'd be incredible.
How meaningless can we spend our money? Anyways, you guys ask away your questions real quick.
All right, I have my questions. So during the race for Marbula 1 race 4, race 3. I'm sorry, race 3. Team Momo did not do very well. However, at one point, after getting to last place, they did jump up again for one lap, and they made it past. Actually, you know what? To make it be fair, what place did they manage to jump to before going back to last?
In what lap?
It was on lap 5.
I'm gonna go to probably 7th place.
Okay.
Piney.
I can't say I have any guess. I didn't watch them at all.
Oh, really?
I wasn't watching.
Well,
Team
you can-
Momo.
No, me neither. I just gave a guess.
I only cares about Momo. It's so sad.
What position did they start at?
Well, they
they-
started like
Was-
the first lap. They started in like 11th.
Really? I thought they
Yeah.
were lower. I have no idea.
Just throw out a guess. What do you think? Like, what place did they manage to jump to before falling back to last again?
Your last cry of hope.
Yeah.
6? I don't know.
All right. So the answer was 13th. As sad as
Okay.
that
Oh, wow,
is.
that sucks.
I said 6 because Brandon said 7.
I was gonna say my question was like, what were the 3 teams they jumped past that lap? Like, okay, but no one's gonna know that. That's not very fair. So I just asked the like what place they jumped to, and even then, you guys had so much more hope in Momo than it kind of makes me happy, but it's also so sad.
Yeah, well. Wow. I mean, momos are just dumplings, man. All right, that's all they
Well,
are. So
Yeah, I mean, like Razzie in the last race was like their highest place was 8th, and they ended up at 14th. So
And the
Any
Raspberry Racers
team
are my
can-
new
any
second
team can do
favorite
that.
too, and so it's worse because both my favorite and my second favorite aren't doing great.
they do actually. Dumplings are very good, Kason. So yes, momos are good. Sorry to the live chat, real quick.
All right,
You can be
Piney.
in the live chat if you join the Discord, by the way. I don't know how many times I've said that on the podcast. Go join the Discord if you like the show.
There are some people who've been listening that still don't know it exists.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of people who have started listening recently. There's been a bunch on the YouTube. We've been getting like close to 100 on the YouTube each time. And now the SoundCloud and the Anchor podcasts with all those platforms have started to pick up again. And we've even gotten some likes and comments. So if you're out there and you're just like, wow, this is the highlight of my week. Well,
there are some
first
people who
of
say
all,
that.
try do something else and see if that's more fun. And then after that, if it's not, join the Discord and you can interact with all these beautiful people and you can be in the live chat and you can talk at me while I do this show and say all the snarky things that I say that you probably giggle at on your drive to work where you make marbles. Which, by the
All
way,
right, Piney,
if
what's
you're
your
a
treat?
marble maker, that's so cool.
All right, continuing the trivia second because we are running long.
okay.
Very long, very long. Yeah.
This was given to me by S-Man, and it happens to be one I already know, so that was cool.
Awesome.
Which
Okay, well then.
Which team or teams have survived every qualifiers that have premiered so far?
Okay.
Savage Speeders.
Savage
but
Speeders, yeah.
Savage Speeders never
That-
even
that
been in the
weren't-
qualifiers.
Yeah, they've had to have been in a qualifier.
Played in them.
Any
Well,
of
Mellow
the
Yellow.
the past
Savage Speeders,
three.
Mellow Yellow, or Rangers.
But they,
No, Savage Speeders.
That were
Like,
never-
like if you skipped the qualifiers, it doesn't matter. You had to be in all of them.
yeah, you had to be in.
Like,
Oh,
you can't have
okay.
podium. Mellow Yellow, obviously, they've never podiumed.
Mellow
I think
Yellow.
Hazer. No, not Hazers. I think Team Galactic would be a good example of this. I
Yes.
think that Crazy Cat's Eyes would be a good example of this.
Yeah.
I think
more. I
you're
think
going to
there's
be
one more.
looking at. There is one more. I think we're going to be looking at Raspberry. I don't know about the Raspberry Racers. I have to think.
I don't think Raspberry would count. 'cause they might get
Pinky's
wrong.
Oceanics. Pinky's Oceanics. I'd go one of them. Pinky's. Yeah, Pinky's. Pinky's seem to always get by. I don't know how they still get into the qualifier,
Sorry.
but yeah, Pinky's.
I guess Pinky's. Yeah, I guess.
So what are your answers?
Oh,
I
yeah,
go Mellow Yellow, Crazy Cat's Eyes, Oceanics, Team Galactic, and Pinky's.
But,
Oh, and
yeah,
Balls of
I
Chaos.
guess so. Same. But yeah.
Okay, the answer is Team Galactic and Pinkies.
Wait,
Oh,
just
what?
those
What
two?
about Mellow Yellow?
Mellow Yellow podiumed in 2016 and 2017.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brendan, I was just so confused. I was like, yeah, let's go with everything Brendan says.
Wait, Crazy
Everything-
Cat's Eyes?
They started in 2018.
Oh.
It has
So
to
you
be
they
Oh.
would have to have
2018.
started from Twix.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
Brendan,
didn't know
you
they
got
had to
me
start in
too. You
2016.
got
Wait,
me.
Crazy Cat's Eyes didn't start to 2018? Shit.
Well, that was the trivia segment. Time for the outro.
Oh,
music.
wait, I have the intro right here. Ready? I got it. Ready?
Yes.
That was the trivia segment. Now let's head back to the show.
Show. Hey, we're back from the outro song from the trivia segment, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Waff, what a vocal connoisseur, indeed. Oh, by the way, before we get out of here, just want to say that because Waff beat me in chess 5 times in a row, because he is unbelievable at chess.
6 if you count the first time before the bet happened.
Gay, shut up. That's how you shut somebody up. I promised
Marble
I'd give him the marble connoisseur role in the Discord if he did this. And now, listen, I don't think he's a marble connoisseur because it takes a lot of proof to be a marble sports connoisseur. That's hard to be. I don't even think I'm one yet because I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm getting there.
Even though the role was created for me specifically back in episode 8?
It was created, yes, but that was before I distinguished it as an actual role. I just kind of created it for you just for fun. But like now I'm like taking it seriously, so it's like, yeah, you got to be a marble sports connoisseur. But like because Waff was a chess connoisseur 5 times in a row, we gave him that role. So yes, if you join this Discord, then you can see that. Anyways, Piney, it's been great to have you on. Thank you for coming on and brainwashing us with your raspberry racers.
Thank you for joining us for this mess of an episode.
Oh, and I really do hope that you you find good success at your art retreat. That's
Yes.
like a really exciting opportunity. And yeah, definitely networking is key. I honestly, advice with Marble Guy, right? I mean, that's where you're gonna find your success. Meeting people, like they always say, it's who you know, not what you know. Most of the time. So yeah, take opportunity, take advantage of all those connections that you can make up there in the dead world of Alaska, and I'm telling you, Crayola, man, that's the way to go. I mean, Crayola,
No.
there's so many different blues
No.
in the crayons. All right, there's like 50 different blues. And there's also like watercolors and pastels and paint and stuff. So there's also a computer. So
I dare you to name more art supplies.
Eraser. Stencil.
Not
parchment
really.
paper. No. The see-through trace paper. Canvas, like a blank canvas, like you're gonna paint, but it's gonna turn out bad, but you're gonna try anyway. Algadoo.
No.
I mean, by the way, I will say this time and time again, if Photoshop worked the way Algadoo did, Photoshop would be so much better. Algadoo is so user friendly.
You can't paint in Algadoo.
No, but like it's just like user friendly.
You could try, it just wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, you kind of can. Yeah. I mean, you could use edge blur.
No.
Okay. Anyways, guys,
you just don't
that was.
understand Photoshop.
I'm sorry. No, I do understand a little bit of it, but not enough of it. Anyway, because that's how I make the thumbnails with Photoshop, and they look real good. But like, I literally just copy someone's video on how to make thumbnails, and then I don't understand anything. So.
Exactly.
For the 7th time, that's all we have for you today. Rizzy, Razzy, Ruzzy, Ruzzy, Rizzy, Razzy, Wispy, Waspy. See you guys next week.
Rozzy.
Mo. Roll on, Marble Sports fans.